Hey y'all, hope you're having a good night. I was putting some pictures together to do a video on Candus getting the boys back. But then I came across these pictures and I was like, oh my gosh. And it's not a big deal probably, but this picture of Summer, look how young she is. This is actually the carousel over there in Kingsport, Tennessee. I assumed when I saw these pictures that it was in Gatlinburg, but it's not. This is actually local to them, and it's obvious that it's a place that they've gone often. But anyways, to Candus. Okay, so obviously she's working and people are working with her to get the kids back, fixing up the house. She's got she's got a couple creators. She's got different people coming over to her house, helping her get sheetrock up, helping her do improvements around the house, and in attempt to get the boys back. But I have not heard anything about her going through parenting classes, which she desperately needs. She didn't have a proper upbringing herself. She's not had very much success with her own children, going all the way back to the first two, nor has Dawn. We have not seen her go through a rehabilitation center, which we know that she has had a methamphetamine problem, marijuana, alcohol, all of that. I've not heard of her going through any anger management classes, which I believe that she needs, possibly just by her behavior, what I've witnessed. Maybe she's dealing with a bipolar problem and maybe needs to be medicated for that. We can't forget about the woman who allegedly lost her job over feeling convicted about knowing information about them. She had called Ziggy and she was disclosing that there was body lice, physical abuse, hitting the children, cussing them, about the kids being behind in school, being unclean in school, all of those accusations. And she evidently lost her job over that, allegedly. But besides all of that, we have to look at present day problems. Okay, we know that there have been rumors and accusations about Candus and Hunter having some kind of relationship, inappropriate relationship, and her giving Hunter alcohol and vapes. She denies that, but he says that she does. Okay, now, in my opinion, I don't think that Allie really cares one way or another whether Hunter drinks or vapes, in my opinion. And I wouldn't be surprised if she suspected Hunter and Candus having some kind of inappropriate relationship. Well, we know that Andrew, his father, witnessed, saw, read for himself inappropriate conversations between her and Hunter on his Facebook, and he actually called CPS himself. Also, Sherry, which is Allison's mother, went on, I guess it was, I want to think it's Bullhorn Betty. I saw a street interview with her, and she was very boisterous and sounded very upset about it. But she said that she had witnessed things that she felt like were inappropriate and that she felt like they had some kind of relations. Okay. Now, having said that, let's go back a little bit further. When Allison and Jose, and of course Allison and her kids were staying at Candus's house when Dawn was in Utah, Hunter called his father, according to his father, very upset because apparently Allie had walked in on Candus and Jose having relations. And of course, Allie flew off the handle. Allie told Hunter's dad, Andrew, the same story. But Hunter was extremely upset. And I think in part that could be, in my opinion, possibly a jealousy thing. Having seen Candus with someone else. just a guess. It's not a fact. Don't hold me to it. I'm just throwing scenarios out there. But there was also another boy, Cameron, who used to spend time with her, and she had given him alcohol, and his father, I guess he talked to his dad or something and realized that he was drinking, and he told Candus, not in a so nice way, get him home. She wouldn't bring him home, probably because she was drinking as well, and the police were called and to retrieve his son. Okay, so in my opinion, she has some sketchy behaviors with younger individuals as well, just like Dawn's been accused of. And speaking of Dawn, okay, we know all the allegations out there about Dawn, the people who have pressed charges against him. He's not had his day in court, but let's just assume that, actually, I think I'm going to share this with you. I've reached out to a creator who actually had a conversation with True, which is Allison's oldest daughter, and she had reported that she had personally seen Dawn in the shower with Summer. Okay. I believe that it was Penny from True Crime Commentary. I hope she doesn't strike me for this because I haven't heard back from her. If you like me, this might be the time to go and subscribe to my backup channel, because Molly still hasn't removed those 2 strikes that she promised me she would, which is Doolittle Talks and the number 1. Anyways, True goes on to say that not only has she seen Dawn getting out of the shower with Summer, and mind you, no walls at the time, no bathroom door, but she has also seen Candus passed out drunk and get woken up by the boys and get up and just punch on them. Okay, so anger management classes and parental classes, in my opinion, are a must before they even consider giving the boys back to her. On top of the fact that they should be finding out about these inappropriate relationships with younger boys. I just don't, I think that they dropped the ball, that DSS, CPS dropped the ball with removing the kids prior to Summer going missing. And I hope that they do not drop the ball and allow them back before it is a safe environment for them to be in. That's my opinion. We've all witnessed them hitting on each other and cussing each other out on lives. You know, look, I understand the house is being fixed, but that's like putting a Band-Aid on your hand that's been cut off. Unless they address the underlying issues that's going on in that house, and not to mention the activity that they live smack in the middle of, that they should not be thinking about giving the kids back. And I'm hoping that this is just all in Candus's mind and her supporters, and that this is not, that they're not actually getting information from CPS saying, oh, if you get the house fixed, you can have your boys back. I hope that's not the case, because I will lose all kinds of respect for CPS, and I probably would lose my cool on that. If that would really upset me. She's not ready to get those boys back. That's my opinion. You know, I don't know how y'all feel about that, but to me, it's not time. Not even close. Not even real close. And little Summer's still missing. No idea where she is. No idea what's happened to her. Do not know whether the parents are or are not involved. And until that's proven one way or the other, I don't even think that that should be on the table. I don't even think that there should be even a remote chance for them to get them back until they know what happened to Summer. Do you know what I'm saying? And I've said it many, many times that, innocent until proven guilty. But there's a lot of sketchy things that have happened in this case with Summer missing. 2-hour time lapse that nobody can tell you anything that happened between 4:30 and 6:30 when they called the police. Why? Why can't you tell us what happened in those 2 hours? There's just too many unanswered questions for me to be comfortable with them putting the boys back into that environment. And, the kids have been gone for 7 months now, 7.5 months. And to me, they're probably just now settling in and, getting acclimated to their surroundings and making new friends at school, and they're working with them on their education and getting them the extra help they need and the counseling and all of this. But these kids have lived for 13 years, 8 to 13 years because the age differences, but all these years, their entire life in this abusive, verbally abusive home, physically abusive home, drug addicted home. Don has said that he has got a cocaine problem many times. They both failed their drug test when they drew blood after Summer came up missing. They failed. I think they had alcohol, methamphetamines, and marijuana in their system. And let's say they did pass their polygraph test. Let's say they did. Let's give them that benefit, okay? But we all know that drugs affect a polygraph test. And if you look at that first interview 2 weeks after Summer went missing and Candus spoke out for the first time, she looked like she was on some kind of pills to me. I've seen people on pills, and it just like the slow response and the slow blink and just that kind of stuff. I just don't think they're ready to get them back. Children should not live in fear in their own home. There is enough crappy stuff that happens in the world at school, the bullying, the blah, 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 that they shouldn't have to put up with that at home. In my opinion, it's child abuse. While I don't believe everything that Allie has said, I do believe that she bought food for Candus's children. I believe that. She said they had no food. We've heard that CPS would come to their house, knock on the door. They wouldn't answer. They were dodging CPS. Candus, I feel sure, told the boys not to say stuff, not to tell things they've seen or experienced, and you might say, who am I to have any opinion about this? And that's valid, but I am someone that cares about the welfare of these boys, and I am someone that cares very deeply about Summer and wants to know where she is and have justice brought to the table for her. And I was looking up, let's put a relationship between Candus and Hunter off the table. Let's just look at the vape and the alcohol that she purchased. It is a Class A misdemeanor and the loss of a license for 1 year and up to 100 hours of community service, and a criminal record for buying alcohol and vapes for a minor. Now, if you look at the relationship part, anyone under the age of 17 can't legally consent. And you're looking at a Class E felony, a $3,000 fine, and 1 to 6 years in prison. So in my opinion, if I was working at CPS or DSS, I would be making darn sure that didn't happen before I would allow any child back into the care of Candus Bly. Because like I said, I don't even see on their records that they're legally married. Now, maybe they are, maybe they're not, but not on Dawn's or Candus's background check. I don't show the marriage exists. Well, listen, what do y'all think about that? Appreciate y'all again. Just always want y'all to know that, and hope y'all have a good night.